That's the opening of the video today.
What do you want to do?
Good morning.
There's Fireball, since a lot of you said you love her and you're mad at the people who made bad comments.
I'll see you later.
See you later. It is late. It's like, I don't even want to say it. It's noon. We made use of the checkout time here. So we've been here like 2 full days. Like we've literally been in this town we've been here 49 hours now. So we have to go start, what I said was a 3,000 foot climb, but Cece corrected me and she's right. It's like 4,000 feet. So we gotta go do it. So Hollywood sent home his barber gear. So look at this. He had to block out the whole barber thing, but he did put his name, Hollywood Hammer. You know, it actually almost looks like it's just a zebra stripe. It matches the pack. All right, we are now headed out. We stopped at the grocery store. Cece's not feeling well. I feel okay, but I have my throat. I was coughing and the last 2 days and had a lot of snot. So she got medicine. I bought a pack of Emergency. Got 2,000 mgs of the C in my water bottle now. And I guess we're gonna go do this thing. As we've said before, it's always hard leaving a town. Town makes you weak and comfortable. I have never seen on any other video that the Bridge of the Gods is actually a toll bridge. So this is the toll booth right before we get over to the bridge. Interestingly, there's no pedestrian lane at all. We just have to walk in the road. And sadly, the big sign is gone. All right, so Thunder Island, that's right there, is where we camped for trail days. It looks so different here. This is kind of surreal. Walking across the Bridge of the Gods into Washington. Starting our final state on this long, long journey. Only 500 trail miles separates us and Canada. And it'll be less than that with the closures, maybe. Wow. It's official. We in Washington. This has been crazy. We're trying to just take some photos and there are constant vehicles coming. So every time we've had like just a second of opportunity, people stop and like, how far did you come? And we're like, from Mexico, and you just ruined our photo op. No, it's cool that people care. It's just, I think we got a few pictures. Well, there's one little thing I just saw. This says, I don't know if you can read it on the screen, U.S.-Canada border, 506.1. Let's get it. Okay, one interesting difference. There have been huckleberries for hundreds of miles along the trail. Since we've been in Washington, there have been blackberries like crazy along the trail. And despite having a huge pack with tons of food, I've been eating some blackberries. So I think I mentioned this a little bit, but let's talk about why this pack is so dang big. So we had planned for this next section. It's like 150 trail miles, but there's a 62 mile route around a closed fire section. Now that's not in addition to the 150, but from what we had originally planned, it was gonna be like 175 miles, maybe 180. So we planned 7.5 days, and we decided we'd all carry 8 days of food. After we resupplied at Walmart and got all that food, somebody told us there was another GPX file to get around the fire that didn't add any miles. And we got that GPX file. I downloaded it and saved it into a Gaia, which is another navigation app, and CC saved it into CalTopo. So now we're back to like only 150 miles. Actually, it's 140 something. So we're back to, it's really only gonna take 5 or 5.5 days, but we had 8. Also, the box I sent to Cracker Barrel, the next resupply place, had some of those lasagnas and fettuccine that I was trying for dinners. And since I tried the one lasagna and it wasn't edible, I was like, I'm gonna carry some extra dinners to replace those. So I have like 10 days worth of dinners. Plus I got way too much food. I got a lot for an 8-day supply. And I only need like 5. So I'm gonna be trying to probably eat a good bit the next 2 days, maybe 3, to get this weight down to a more of a normal carrying weight. I don't know what it weighs. It's not horrible because I'm not carrying a lot of water right now. But in a few miles, I'm gonna have to get water for the rest of this day, which includes another probably almost 3,000 feet of the climb after water. So it's gonna be a rough climb probably. It's like 900 feet per mile on those parts of it, which is a lot. But I'm happy to be back on trail. Happy to be back in the woods after a day off. My feet feel good. My legs feel refreshed. We definitely needed that day off. Unfortunately, I don't think Cece's feeling very well. I think she actually may have, lost her lunch right before we left town. So I got ahead of them once we got all the pictures, and I was ahead when we left the bridge area and got back on the actual trail. And it's only been probably 2 miles. So they're probably not that far back. But hopefully she's doing okay. The trail is up there and crosses on the bridge, but I came down to get some water. All right, so it's always hard to show elevation here. I'm gonna show you, this is the trail, so that's level. And this is pretty steep down. Now let's go back to the trail. That's probably 1,000 feet up there. It's crazy. It's like a wall straight up next to me. And I think we're going up there. Okie dokie, I'm done with this big climb. Still got 1.6 to go, but it's really shouldn't be much climbing, just little ups and downs. I am on a spot with views on both sides of me, so I'm gonna show you. It is 6:17. I'm almost to where I think I'm gonna camp. Far Out says there's like 3 tent spots, but there's comments that there's several. But 2 people that we've seen before literally just ran, came up behind me and kept going. So I'm assuming they're going to keep going. I don't know why else they'd be running. CC and Hollywood are behind. At least 4 other hikers are behind. I had passed a few others that were sitting down, like taking breaks. So I don't know if they're Nobo or Sobo. Given what time it is and the lack of campsites beyond here for a while, I'm guessing this is what everybody's intended destination is. So as long as there is not too much crowding, I'm going to go ahead and set up and just have, this is probably the earliest I've been at camp in a long time. Be there by 20 after 6. But we just did a short day today. This will be like 13 since we didn't leave town till late. And I think I'm here, and I don't think I see any tents. Let me look around. Okay, so there's a pretty big camp spot down there. You can fit some tents here. This is a road, so I don't know if I would want to be right in the middle, but it doesn't look like it's used. There's no tire tracks. So there's a spot back there. You can fit a couple here. So quite a few tents could fit here. So I'm gonna go ahead and find me a spot and get set up. It is 7 p.m. I'm all set up here. So one person came by that I saw 2 packs on the side of the trail at one point and nobody around. It was one of those packs. It was a person I hadn't seen. They kept going. The 2 people running ran right through. And one of the guys I saw at a water source kept going. I have not seen anyone else. So there's at least 3 other hikers plus Hollywood and CC. So there's at least 5 more that I would assume would be coming to at least here. But I haven't seen anybody yet. So the only other thing is I was looking at Far Out and I thought we had water 2 miles from here tomorrow. But the next 2 water sources, there are comments that they're dry. So I don't have a reliable water for like 6 miles tomorrow. Which in the morning when it's not hot, I mean, you can easily do that on less than a liter, even a half liter for 6 miles. I had just over 2 liters, but I just took a couple big swigs. I have right at 2 liters right now. So I'm not going to cook dinner tonight because I have so much other stuff and tortillas and peanut butter and Nutella and other junk. Actually, I have some nuts and other good stuff and dried pineapples and things like that. So I was kind of thinking I would start cutting down some of the weight of these tortillas and eating some peanut butter and tortillas and Nutella tonight anyway. So now with the water situation, that just solidifies that decision. So I'm going to go ahead and start eating, why not? I'm here, nothing to do but eat. So, and my stomach's starting to growl. So I'm going to go ahead and get going and get some dinner. All right, it is about 30 minutes before dark and I'm the only one here. I just came up on the road just a little bit because it's a little bit higher than where I'm at, and I turned my service on. At one bar, I got a text from Hollywood that said, "Where'd I make it to?" So I told them where I was, but I'm not sure if that means that they stopped earlier because she wasn't feeling good, or maybe they didn't even come all the way up the climb. I'm not sure. I'm assuming she was probably ahead of him, and if she stopped, he may have stopped. So I haven't heard back from him yet. I just sent that text. All those other people never made it here. So this was the first real campsite. I mean, there were several spots for like 1 or 2 tents along the way, but this is the first one with a good amount of tenting. So this may be the first night on the PCT where I camp alone. I have made it 2,150 miles without ever camping completely by myself. But it's fine either way. I mean, I've done it many times before, but it's always nice to have other people around. I don't like to have a bunch of people around or loud people around or be too close to people, but it's nice to have somebody close by. So I don't know, maybe more people will show up. Maybe Hollywood and CC will show up, or maybe I'll be here by myself. Either way, it'll be fine, and I'll see y'all in the morning. So have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, I literally just closed out the video, and as I was closing out, a hot text from Hollywood popped up. He said they stopped at just a campsite just before here for a break, and he said they'll head here. So I'll keep going with this streak of not camping alone, I guess. That's one of the things, though. If you hike one of these long trails, like with a partner or with at least one other person, you pretty much don't ever camp alone. Oddly enough, while we're on that topic, I had hiked the entire Appalachian Trail without ever camping alone one time. And it's not that I really go out of my way to not camp alone. It's just I had a lot of different people I hiked with, but I was pretty much always with one other person or a group. I've camped alone several times. Like in 2021, I camped alone on the AT one time. I did the whole Foothills Trail alone, and pretty much I was by myself the whole trail. I did it in December. Right before I came out here, I did an overnight at Bell Mountain in Missouri, and it was awesome. I was the only one up there, and it was just amazing. I camped along the Buffalo River Trail, I don't know, several times, but usually I'm always hiking with somebody. So it's, I don't camp alone very much, but I guess tonight I won't be there. So for real this time, have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.